Hello, friends. This is a new lecture on the topic comma. Yes, the punctuation mark, comma, and this is the symbol for comma, which you all know very well. And you must be thinking, can this be a topic for a separate lecture? Yes, dear friends, this is a little thing in basic English, but we must care for the smaller things as our journey to master English is a longer journey, and this can be a single step, and any long journey should begin with these little steps. Okay, let us begin with an anecdote. An English professor dictated to his students. As usual, professors dictate some notes to the students, and the sentence was, "Woman without her man is nothing." And see, there were boys and also the girls in the class, and they wrote differently. The boys wrote, look at the screen here, woman without her man is nothing. This was heard by boys. Comma is at two places. And the girls wrote, woman without her man is nothing. See here, comma. And the use of simple comma affects largely to the meaning of these two sentences. See, the words are same in both the sentences. Woman without her man is nothing. This was dictated by the English teacher. But the students, the boys wrote, woman without her man is nothing. Here, man is superior to woman. In the second sentence, what the girls wrote, woman without her man is nothing. Here, the total opposite meaning we have. Without her man is nothing. So man is inferior, woman is superior. So comma can affect largely to the meaning of a sentence or an utterance. Dear friends, comma is a punctuation mark like full stop or quotation mark or colon, semicolon, and we use comma for separating parts of a sentence such as clauses, such as words in the list, and it is a pause. What is pause? Pause is a stop, a little stop, and this pause is smaller than the pause we give at the full stop. It can be the half of full stop, and it denotes a shorter pause than a full stop. And as here on the screen given, comma is derived from a Greek word. This is the Greek word K-O-M-M-A, comma, and the original meaning of the word is a cut of piece, right? Then this punctuation mark comma was first used by the Italian printer of books, a publisher. His name is Aldus Manutius. This was the man who used comma for the first time, and he can be called the father of English punctuation mark, Aldus Manutius, the Italian painter. I will introduce you to a new kind of comma. popular among the linguists and the experts of language or grammarians. They call it Oxford comma. This Oxford comma is also called serial comma. Here it is, serial comma or Harvard comma. Can you guess why there is a particular comma called Harvard comma or Oxford comma? Yes, they are uh, specially explained and defined by the Oxford linguists and the linguists at Harvard University, right? And it is also called serial comma because it is used in a serial, it is used in the list. Then the next thing we must know is what is an Oxford comma. Look at the definition here. A comma be used before the final conjunction in a list of more than two elements. This is the usual rule, but the Oxford comma is the comma used before and, or, and nor. Usually, while writing English, we do not use comma before and. And if you use, that is a special comma, if you use a comma before the conjunctions like and, that comma is called an Oxford comma. What is special about this Oxford comma? Look at this example. See, an example is here. The first sentence, Sam had Peter, a dentist, and a carpenter in his team. The first sentence. Second sentence, Sam had Peter, a dentist, and a carpenter in his team. Now, what is the difference between these two sentences? Sam, the first sentence, Sam had Peter, a dentist, comma, and. In the first sentence, there is a comma before and. And in the second, there is no comma before and. Can you identify where is the Oxford comma? Yes, it is here in the first sentence before and. And how does it affect the meaning of these two sentences? The sentence with Oxford comma is this one, the first one, and the second sentence is without Oxford comma. Friends, the sentence with Oxford comma, the first sentence, means that there are four people in all. There are four. Who are they? First is Sam. Second, Peter. Third, dentist. And fourth, carpenter. In the first sentence, there are four people referred. Whereas in the second sentence, there are just two people, Sam and Peter. In the second sentence, there are only two, Sam and Peter. And here, Peter is both a dentist and carpenter. Peter is both dentist and carpenter, which means in the second sentence, only two people are referred. See, the simple comma affects this way to the meaning of the sentence. In the first sentence, there are four people. In the second, there are only two. And why this kind of little things are important in life, not only in grammar. This Oxford comma was in the news recently in America or Europe. I don't remember exactly. But a dairy company, a company which sells dairy products, a dairy company had to pay more than 200 billion to its workers due to this Oxford comma. Yes, because in the book of the rules and regulations of that company, they had used comma, and that comma was that the clause in the rule book was regarding the payment of the employees. And here, as in this example, in the second sentence there are two people, in the first there are four people. The use of Oxford comma in the rule book of that dairy company cost more than millions. See, the comma was responsible for this burden on the company to pay the $1 million to its customers, right? Hence, friends, we should pay attention to these little things. There is another thing. There is another thing. There is a comma and an apostrophe. Both of them look like, both are punctuation marks, right? Comma is a punctuation mark, apostrophe is a punctuation mark, but the usages are different. Comma separates and apostrophe shows possession. We say John's pen, John's house, John's car. In these phrases we use an apostrophe and not a comma. John's pen, which means pen of John. John's house means house of John. This is possession. And comma is used in a list, in separating words, in separating clauses, and at other places. One more difference is here. Comma is used at the bottom of the word, and apostrophe is used over the head of the letter of alphabet. And here can be an unwanted example to help us the distinction between a comma and an apostrophe. If the word is a gentleman, any word, John, say for example, if the word is a gentleman, then comma is a wife, because it is used at the foot, whereas an apostrophe is used over the head, John's. And that what the punctuation mark used over the head is, an apostrophe is a girlfriend. Okay, that may not be a good example, but for the sake of your understanding, and you should never forget the distinction between comma and apostrophe, I intentionally inserted this bad example. Okay, now come to the core of this presentation. Here are some usages of comma. See, comma in any language, first it is used in the list. For example, dogs, comma, cats and rabbits. See here in the first row, dogs, comma, cats and rabbits. There is no comma of before and if you put comma here before and, that comma becomes an Oxford comma. Okay. Then second, comma is used to separate clauses. He is poor but honest. In the second row, there are two clauses. In this row, there are two clauses. He is poor and another is but honest. and these two are separated by comma. He is poor, comma, but honest. Then single adverbs like however, nevertheless, these adverbs in the third example, they are separated by comma with the rest of the sentence. The next use is before a quote. You use comma. Plato says comma, right? Then numbers. You separate numbers. 5, comma 688, comma 940. If these are three separate words. Another way is this is a single number. This is a single number. Then also you use comma to separate a longer number in lakhs, crores or millions. You use comma. And next common use is in the dates. The way we write date, December, here is the example, December 3, comma 2018. Here after date 3 there is a comma, right? And remember, never forget to put comma at these places when you write lists, clauses, adverbs and a quote. Okay, then comma is not a simple punctuation mark. It is a great help for computer engineers and the technicians working in the field of computational linguistics also. You may not be interested in this, but it is just for the sake of an acquaintance that comma in Unicode and ASCII, it is the character number 44. Unicode, those who are familiar with computer languages, they know it better. Then in HTML numeric character, its reference number is #44. In many computer languages like COBOL, Java, C programming, comma symbol is an operator which evaluates its first argument. This slide speaks about somewhat technical things. You can give up as it is not directly related to you. Okay, come back to another example here. How do you read these two sentences? Let us eat, children. Mother, who can be the speaker of this? Children, let us eat. Children, let us eat mangoes. Let us eat food, any kind of food. And the second one here, second, let us eat, children. Can a mother be the speaker of this sentence? Now, what is the difference here? Both sentences have the same number of words, let us eat, children. The only difference is the first sentence has the comma, second sentence doesn't have the comma. Who can be the speaker of second sentence? A monster, a devil. A monster, a devil, a shaitan can be the speaker of second sentence, and he suddenly enters and he says, let us eat, children. Here children becomes an object of eating. Terrible. And the first sentence, let us eat, children. Mother said to children. Mother invited children to eat, right? And this totally different meaning with the help of the same words happens only because of comma. Okay. Then another example here. Some people enjoy cooking their families and their dogs. Second, some people enjoy cooking their families and their dogs. Again, here the difference is the difference of comma. In the first sentence, we have the comma at three places, two places. This comma is before and, hence it is a serial comma. It is an Oxford comma. Okay. Now, can you guess the difference in the meanings of these two sentences? Some people enjoy cooking, comma, their families, comma, and their dogs. Let us make it simple. The first sentence means some people enjoy cooking, some people like cooking, some people like their families, some people like their dogs. This is the meaning. Some people, the same subject. Some people like three things: cooking, their families, and their dogs. Okay. But in the second example, the meaning is different. Some people enjoy cooking. Here, enjoy cooking is a main verb here. Some people enjoy cooking their families. Enjoy is the main verb, sorry. Some people enjoy cooking their families and their dogs. Horrible meaning it is. Huh? How can people like to cook dogs? They are not Chinese. Some people enjoy cooking their families and their dogs. And this horrible meaning arises due to the improper use of comma or not using comma. This second sentence needs commas at the proper places, and comma can save your life, remember. Okay. Then, moving at the end of this presentation, we take another interesting pun, a play on words. What is the difference between a cat and comma? You may be surprising. What can be the connection between cat and comma? Look at the explanation here. A cat has claws. C-L-A-W-S. Claws. A cat has claws at the end of its paws. And a comma is a pause. P-A-U-S-E. Pause at the end of a clause. Do you know what these kind of pairs of words are called? Clause, pause, pause and pause, and this clause and clause. They are called as homonyms. Their pronunciations are same, but they differ in spelling and meaning. See here, clause, C-L-A-W-S, clause is a part of a cat's body, and clause is a part of sentence, C-L-A-U-S-E, right? This C-L-A-W-S clause and C-L-A-U-S-E clause, their pronunciation is same, but the spelling is different, meaning is different. Such words are called homonyms. Homonyms, H-O-M-O-N-Y-M-S, homonyms. Okay. When you go to a shop, some notices, posters are there, and here is one of them. Attention, toilet, only for, disabled, elderly, pregnant, children. This needs correction. You know it how to correct? Yes, it requires the proper use of comma after disabled. There should be comma. Disabled means handicap. After elderly, after pregnant, and after children. After children there should be full stop. Disabled comma, elderly comma, pregnant comma, and children full stop. Right? Otherwise it will have a different meaning. That's it about the simple thing, a punctuation mark, comma. Thank you. Happy learning.